Ever since the fabulous book Rich Dad Poor Dad hit the shelves back in the year 2000, people have been fascinated with this concept of good debt or bad debt. And so I often get the question of what exactly do you mean by that? Well, generally speaking, you can take things like credit cards as high interest debts that are costing you a lot for consumer products that really aren't making you anything in value. Those are definitely bad debt. Those are things that you want to avoid at all costs if possible. Now, a good debt would be something like Rich Dad Poor Dad believes in rental real estate property. So if you are using debt to essentially invest in a property, that property is paying you in interest and it's making you money. Essentially, it's called good debt. In the business world, we call that financial leverage. All of a sudden, it's not debt. We try to get rid of that negative connotation, and we call it leverage. It's allowing us to do something more than what we currently are. Now, I would argue that there's a few debts in the middle there that aren't necessarily good or bad. They have their purpose. And a couple of those are as one is a mortgage. Almost anywhere in the country, it's almost a necessary evil. You're not going to be able to afford a home early in your life without a mortgage. And so I don't believe a mortgage is all that bad. Generally, the rates are pretty low, and it gets you out of having to pay a steep rent wherever you live. And it allows you to start building equity in that home. Another very good example of the more gray debt, if you will, the ones that don't really classify as good or bad, would be student loans. If you have the opportunity to go to college and you don't have somebody that is paying it for you, student loans aren't necessarily a bad debt because they are enabling you to get that college education and they're essentially making your time more valuable. I work mostly with doctors and nurse practitioners and PAs, and almost all of them have student debt. It's just a part of life. But the key is that debt enabled them to be able to have a much faster, much higher income and a much greater ability to afford that debt. They can pay it off quickly and live the lifestyle that they wish. So I hope that helped clear it up a little bit as to what is good debt, what is considered bad debt, and thank you.